me a fine wine, forgot me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy, yes sir!
Hey, welcome to Half the Battle.
Today we're going back to the cartoon, and as I promised last week, we'll be taking a look at an episode that features cross country.
Why the hell did I promise that?
The episode is called Into Your Tent I Will Silently Creep. And that's a weird-ass title, don't you think? I swear it's a reference or a quote from somewhere, but I couldn't find anything to back that up. Anyway, we begin with Cobra setting up an antenna for no reason that's ever explained, in a cold weather area we're never told the name of.
Off to a great start, aren't we?
The Televipers that are setting up everything are attacked by the Joes, and after a brief fight, they win the day, because Cross Country blasts country music from his tape deck.
There are so many weird and stupid things in this opening scene alone, I don't even know where to start.
For starters, the Televipers don't talk. For some reason, they communicate by flashing words on their visors. The writers treat them like they're robots or cyborgs or something, while they're just ordinary guys. This also means they shouldn't be incapacitated because somebody plays some damn country music. Secondly, Cross Country sits on top of the Havoc and refuses to get off and take cover, even after the vehicle is stalled and he can't traverse his weapons to shoot at the bad guys anymore.
The guy has a death wish.
Finally, like I've said before, we never learn where the hell all this is taking place, or what Cobra was actually up to. The only reason the opening scene exists is so Cross Country's tape deck can get destroyed, which is actually a major plot point in the episode.
Cross Country, you okay?
No! Those snakes ruined my tape deck!
Man, those Televipers made Cross Country mad, but anybody who hates country music can't be all bad.
I think this may have been the first shot fired in the rap versus country wars.
Back at G.I. Joe headquarters, Cross Country is trying to install a new tape deck when a cyborg rat sneaks in and steals it. At least, that's what I think happens.
It could be that somebody is spiking my food with LSD again.
Back in the mess hall, lots of Joes are complaining about their stuff going missing when Cross Country bursts in.
All right, that tears it. I've taken a lot of ribbon from you all, but now you done gone too far.
Cross Country, what are you talking about?
My tape deck. Somebody stole my tape deck. How do you expect me to ride into battle if I can't play my country and western music?
Yes, of course. I mean, riding into battle without music? What are we, savages?
He decides to take matters into his own hands and sets up a bait for the thief. He sees the cyborg rat come in and take his stuff. Now, at this point, should he A. report this very serious breach of security to his superiors, or B. shoot the bloody thing, thus raising the alarm, or C. crawl into the ventilation system to go after it without any backup and without telling anybody? Well, it doesn't matter what he should do, we all know what he's gonna do. Follow the damn thing without telling anybody. Meanwhile, Mainframe takes a well-deserved break after spending most of the day playing video games with dial tone, allowing another cyborg rat to steal a data disk. Cross Country follows the rats all the way to a nearby town, and then even into the sewers. He eventually finds himself in the Temple of Doom?
Oh, I'll be.
Yeah, It's an underground temple where Cobra Commander has set up shop. Once again, Cobra decided to build a secret base literally within walking distance of G.I. Joe headquarters.
I don't even know what's more stupid! That Cobra keeps risking being discovered if one of the Joes happens to go for a light jog, or that the Joes seem to be blissfully unaware that their main enemy is often their next-door neighbor.
Anyway, I'll let Cobra Commander himself explain what he's doing down there.
Welcome to the first Congress of the Secret Society of Cobra. You have all been selected to wear the signet of the new brotherhood, known as the Coil. We are all dedicated to the extinction of Serpentor and his deranged scientist sidekick, Dr. Mindbender.
You know what? That is actually a great premise. We've seen the Commander plot against Serpentor before, hell, even summoning Great Cthulhu to take him out, and starting his own faction within Cobra is an idea with a lot of promise.
Too bad the plot isn't actually about any of that, though. No, it's about cyborg rats.
Just after overhearing all this, a cross-country is discovered by the Dreadnoks and has to make a run for it.
Meanwhile,
Cobra Commander has really gone off the deep end this time.
Do not be so quick to judge him, Destro. He has had many successes over the years.
This is Cobra Commander. No, this is...
He has had many successes over the years.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
oh God, name 5. Hell, in the cartoon, name 1. This is the funniest clip in the history of the cartoon show.
Okay, I'm a bit better now. During his flight, Cross Country drops in on the conversation. He falls through a sliding door, but I'd like to imagine he heard what they said about Cobra Commander and just lost his balance laughing. He knocks down Destro and then makes a jump to escape that Spider-Man would even have trouble with.
G.I. Joe, making the laws of physics their bitch since 1982.
To further his miraculous escape, he then rides a stone dragon about 20 meters down and makes his own exit door. And speaking of the laws of physics, when you consider the height he drops from, the speed at which he falls, and the way he's sitting on the damn thing, Newton's laws of motion dictate that the impact of the fall would have pulverized his crotch. But he is of course fine. And to be fair to the episode, we do get a reason why the Commander built his base there. It's apparently a goddamn gold mine. Literally, I mean. Cross Country vows to bring in the Joes, but he falls down yet again, right into Cobra's lap. Again, literally. And with that, he is finally captured. Meanwhile, the Joes have discovered a data file has gone missing.
General Hawk, this is Mainframe. You better get down here quick. Someone has violated our computer security section.
Be right there, Mainframe. Sergeant Slaughter, you better come with me.
Because as a wrestler, your expertise in computer security will be invaluable. Back to Cross Country, he gets a visit from Cobra Commander himself.
Well, I can see that G.I. Joe isn't recruiting for intelligence.
And there you have it, folks. The smartest thing Cobra Commander will ever say.
Now, for some reason, Cross Country has what looks like a hidden key in his hat that opens his cuffs so he can escape. How the hell did he get that? It would have made more sense if it had been a small knife or a screwdriver or something. Instead, him having a key just opens up a plot hole. Speaking of holes, about 30 seconds after he escapes, he falls down a trapdoor, making this the 4th goddamn time he's fallen down something in one episode.
If I had known this was gonna happen, I would have started a counting gag.
He ends up being flushed down the world's biggest toilet. Seems somehow fitting. He's fine, of course, ending up in the sea, but not before punching a goddamn shark away. Yup, the show has officially jumped the goddamn shark. He goes to a nearby lighthouse, using it to signal a nearby ship in Morse code who warned the Joes. You know, I'm pretty sure that lighthouses have phones or something. Just saying. Also, the Joes apparently receive an urgent massage. Or maybe that's just what Cross Country had to promise those sailors to pass on the message. And this time, it's Beachhead in Hawk's office. Hey, I wonder if he just gets lonely and asks one of his junior officers to come in and stand there. With that, the assault on the Temple of Doom is underway.
Grab his keys! You grab the keys!
I found it. It's mine, my precious. Anyway, with the help of the slaves, the Joes quickly overrun the Cobra troops. As a result, all of Cobra Command is forced to flee before decoding the secret data file, so Destro just throws it away.
Why he doesn't just, I don't know, take it with him so we can decode it later, I haven't a freaking clue.
While the Joes are busy securing the base and probably bringing food and medicine to the exhausted slaves and other important crap, Cross Country is sifting through the garbage looking for his damn tape deck. Actually, that is probably the best use of his talent anyway. The fleeing Cobras run into him, so he tries to fight all of them, including Storm Shadow. It goes about as well as you'd expect. Well, okay, to be fair, he does beat Storm Shadow by hurling his tape deck at him, but he still needs the other Joes to bail him out. So, the Joes save the day, Cobra Commander escapes, and I lost some brain cells.
Oh, and remember that top secret data file they stole? Yeah, about that.
Mainframe radioed to say he found out what file was missing.
What was it?
Are you ready for this? It was a video game. Something Mainframe and Diatone cooked up.
All this for that?
Some nights it just don't pay to get out of bed.
And that was Into Your Tent I Will Silently Creep. Here are my thoughts.
I'm gonna use two words that I've used before when it comes to this cartoon series. Wasted potential.
You've got a really interesting B-plot mixed in with an incredibly stupid A-plot. The Commander creating his own faction within Cobra to wrest control from Serpentor is an awesome idea. It's worthy of its own miniseries or movie, and yet it's bogged down by the antics of Cross Country and goddamn mutant cyborg rats.
And you wanna know the worst thing? Like I said last week, this was the last episode of the cartoon series, and nothing gets resolved.
The coil plot thread is left hanging. Cobra Commander never gets caught, and Serpentor shows up for like 1 minute in the episode, wondering where his Vipers have all gone. This was obviously a setup for either a third season or a movie. Imagine a scenario where Cobra splits in two factions, leading to a Cobra civil war with G.I. Joe caught in the middle. That would have been awesome. In fact, it was awesome. In the comic book, where we got just that. With the cartoon, though, we got the movie, which was bug people from the Himalayas instead. Great decision there, folks.
Well, no use in dwelling on the past and things that could have been. Like Kathy in the 11th grade. let's just focus on the story we had. It was stupid.
We've got Cross Country who saves the day, not despite of his incompetence, but because of it. I mean, he literally falls ass first into the plot on several occasions. He comes off as a blundering, hot-headed idiot and in no way endears his character to me. I would call that the episode's biggest failing. A story centered around one character should make you appreciate him and make you want to side with him. Instead, I was gleefully watching when Storm Shadow kicked the crap out of him. Then there's the rats. I'd call that a wasted opportunity too, considering mutant cyborg rats would make for an entertaining B-horror movie or something. But I don't think you could get away with taking them in that direction in a children's cartoon. As it is, they're a pathetic plot device best forgotten.
In conclusion, this was just an awful episode, made worse by the wasted potential of the B-plot. As far as the Sunbow cartoon series is concerned, it deserved a far, far better last episode. Well, that's about all for this week, but there is one more thing I have to do, if you'll indulge me. I'll be back in a second. Live long and prosper, everybody.
Forgot me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on a griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy, yeah.